I've known Chuck Fugate, I think, almost my entire career that I've been here at Ozark. I've known him as a parent, I've known him as a patron, and I've known him as a board member for the last 12 years, 7 of which he was a board president. He's been a good board member for the Ozark schools. Chuck is progressive. He wants us to move forward as a district. He's an instructional leader, and he's willing to stand up for what's right. And he's had to many times take a difficult stand, but that stand is always in support of our students. And I appreciate that. And I appreciate having him to bounce things off of whenever he is board president as we're trying to move forward as a district.
I share the unique quality of being trained as a professional musician. I would say Chuck's main quality that's helped him over the last few years is being a musician. But there's other things. His passion for kids, his ability to, he just loves what's best for students. And so I still think it's the musician side of him, though.
When I look back at the last 12 years in serving with Chuck, I see a lot of things that we have accomplished as a board, and with his leadership, we've passed 4 bond issues. We've started the IB program at the high school, the one-to-one initiative, not just at the high school, but now at the junior high, and just so many great programs and so many things that we have accomplished with his leadership that it's so exciting for the school district and very appreciated.
He always came to the board meetings to listen, to understand, to make good decisions. And in the board meetings, particularly when he was president, always a calming influence.
Chuck has had, over the last 12 years, an ear to teachers, an ear to students. And that has definitely, in our conversations, impacted his decision making. It's impacted his leadership, and he definitely has allowed, as well as the other board members allow, teachers and students to really drive his compassion, to drive his passion, and that's a great quality all of our board members have, but definitely it characterizes Chuck as well.
Well, I think you have to start out with our International Baccalaureate program that we have at Ozark. That was difficult for our community. It was something that we debated as a community, and it was hard on our board members, and especially on the board president. So I think you want to really look at that with that program that Chuck's leadership helped us to provide, and now we have students who are not only in the IEB program, but throughout our high school and possibly our school district that are really benefiting from that leadership.
When I think about Chuck, and I know his past experience with education, him being a teacher, I think a lot of his experience there has helped in board decisions and maybe referencing his own career as an educator in helping us to talk about decisions we might need to make regarding our faculty, our staff, or even an educational issue as far as a program or whatever, but a lot of times he would bring that up, and I think a lot of it was from his background of being an educator himself. Chuck is very passionate about Ozark and Ozark schools, and that's evident, and I feel like he has always wanted to do what is best for our students and for our employees of the district, and I want to say that I appreciate his service of 12 years.
One of the things, though, that I don't know if everyone knows about Chuck, but his heart really was in improving the students' academics and athletics. We talked a lot about academics, but he was also a huge supporter of activities. He would go to the FFA banquets, he would go to the band concerts, he went to all the ball games, and we talked a lot about how to improve the academics and really the choices for students. So his heart really was for what can the board do, what can the community do to improve the school district so that the students are better served. And so in that sense, as I look back and think about Chuck's service, I think about, I think it's Matthew 25, where it talks about, well done, thou good and faithful servant. And I think that's what Chuck represents, is a servant of the community with the students' best interest at heart. And I think he served from that position, not a selfish position, not what could I do for my kids or my family or my friends, but what's best for the students. And I think he served the community very, very well, and he's got a lot to be proud of.